Today, we're diving into an ancient story about how a perfect world is born. It's a fascinating tale from the Maharatnakuta Sutra, and it reveals the absolutely mind-blowing power that's packed into a single, pure intention. So let's just start right there, with the big question at the heart of this whole thing. What is the real power of just one compassionate thought from a Buddha? We tend to focus on what people do, on their actions, but this text asks us to stop and consider the sheer creative force of a pure intention. And this quote, wow, it just brilliantly puts the scale of this into perspective. Think about it. The sutra is saying that the value of one pure aspiration, just one thought dedicated to helping everyone, is literally immeasurable. You could have every being in the universe making offerings for eons, and it still wouldn't be enough to repay that one thought. Why? Because that aspiration is the seed of something truly extraordinary. So, that seed, what did it grow into? Well, it blossomed into an ideal world, the Pure Land of an ancient Buddha named Indradvaja Raja. And this isn't just some nice place to visit. It's a realm specifically engineered for the ultimate well-being of everyone in it, born from that immense compassionate power we were just talking about. So, who gets to live there? Well, the beings in this land are fundamentally transformed. First off, they're completely safe from falling into lower, painful states of existence. They're on a one-way path to enlightenment. No turning back. And this is crucial. Everything they do, say, or think is completely pure. They're totally free from all those afflictions that cause us so much trouble in our daily lives. And the joy there? Oh, it's not just one-dimensional. It's got layers. It ranges from worldly pleasures, which they can enjoy without getting attached or greedy, all the way up to the deep, profound bliss you get from meditation, states known as dhyana and samapati, and then the ultimate joy, supreme enlightenment. The key thing here is that all this happiness is experienced without any clinging. It's like a bee taking nectar from a flower without ever harming it. You get all the sweetness without the painful sting of craving. And the flip side of all that pure joy is, well, the complete and total absence of suffering. The text is super specific about this. There's no grief, no pain. Get this, even those neutral, forgettable moments don't exist. There are only pleasant experiences. The weather is perfect, the environment is perfect, and all those classic human struggles, like having to deal with people you don't like or being separated from people you love, they're just gone. This all sounds pretty incredible, right? Almost too good to be true. Which brings us to the core question of this whole story. How? What's the secret ingredient? What kind of cause could possibly create such a perfect effect? This is the very question the Buddha starts to explore with his disciples. And to answer this, the Buddha sets up this really important contrast between what we could call small roots of goodness and great roots of goodness. Now, small good deeds are wonderful, but they can sometimes be a bit weak, or we do them once in a while, or maybe there's just a little bit of self-interest mixed in there. But the great roots of goodness, whoa, those are powerful, they're relentless, and they're aimed purely and totally at the liberation of all beings. And this distinction, it's the key to everything. So the Buddha starts this amazing back and forth. He kicks it off with the very foundation of any spiritual path, faith. He asks, essentially, can a world this magnificent, designed to help countless beings, be built on shaky ground? Can you create it with weak, hesitant, or inferior faith? And the response from everyone there is immediate and unanimous. You can almost hear it thundering back. No, world-honored one. They get it, instinctively. A massive effect has to have an equally massive foundation of conviction. He keeps going. Next up, effort. He asks, all right, what about hard work? Can this be done with a half-hearted, weak, or lazy approach? Can you build a perfect world with inconsistent effort? And again, the same answer rings out, just as strong. No, world-honored one. A creation of this magnitude demands nothing less than unwavering, heroic effort, kept up over unimaginable lengths of time. Finally, he asks about the guiding principle, wisdom. Can you accomplish something this profound with a shallow, weak, or limited understanding? Can you create a world free of suffering if you don't deeply understand the nature of suffering itself? And for the final time, the assembly confirms the truth. No, world-honored one, of course not. It's impossible. A perfect result like this could only come from the most profound and expansive wisdom. So the conclusion here is just inescapable. Creating a Pure Land isn't some weekend project fueled by scattered, small good deeds. It is the direct result of the absolute highest quality of spiritual practice. Those great roots of goodness we talked about, powered by immense faith, boundless effort, and profound wisdom. This leaves us with one final, tantalizing question. Who was this incredible being from some forgotten time, this Buddha Indradvajaraja, who actually managed to pull off this monumental task? And this is where the story has its big reveal. The great Bodhisattva Manjushri steps forward and drops a bombshell. He says that the ancient Buddha who created that perfect world was none other than the Buddha teaching them right at that very moment, Shakyamuni himself. And suddenly, everything changes. The story is no longer about some faraway Buddha from the distant past. It's a story about the depth of Shakyamuni's own vows. That perfect world was the fruit of his own great roots of goodness, which he planted eons and eons ago, all starting from a single powerful aspiration to benefit every living being. So, what does this incredible story teach us today? What's the lesson for us, right here, right now? Well, it's a profound lesson about the power of our very own intentions. So the lesson is pretty clear. A single, pure thought really can hold world-creating potential. To truly make a difference, our actions have to be powered by the highest level of faith, effort, and wisdom. Grand results demand a grand cause. And most importantly, this ancient story is here to remind us that the potential for that kind of greatness exists in all of us on the path we choose to walk today. And that brings this entire cosmic story right back home to us. If a single aspiration can create a whole world, it really forces us to ask ourselves a serious question. What kind of future, for ourselves and for others, are we creating with the power of our own intentions, right here and right now?